because he was a homosexual, which is a fact. All right. He was a part of the member of the Boule Society, the Black Masonry, which is Satanist. All right, and he wasn't following the ways of God. Yep. He was following the ways of the devil.
Yep. Yeah, I was gonna say, and you know, he must have been real shameful when the elites told him the truth. Yeah, that's you gotta be real low to sell out. Like you gotta be
he sold him. He sold his soul.
Yeah, you gotta be real low, and then after that, you find out you're an Israelite. The Most High came for you. Yeah, that's a fucked up situation, man. You sell your soul to Satan. Now you find this out. Now you gotta take parts of it in death.
Because
that's how you gonna get there.
Because he was only used. All these Jakes like Al Sharpton, that fucking motherfucking crook, man. Jesse Jackass, all these Louis Farrakhan, and Martin Luther King, the king of all. They're all used by the so-called white man, the Illuminati, the international bankers for their doings, for their biddings. So they're only out there to deceive Jake and to be a pacifier to the so-called blacks.
Got scripture for
you know?
Jeremiah 14:2. Judah mourneth in the gates thereof language. They are black unto the ground.
Well, read it from the top.
From
one to the beginning, right? Go ahead.
Yeah, you can read it.
From top?
Yeah.
Jeremiah 14:1.
For two, I mean.
Two, okay. Jeremiah 14:2. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish.
Right. Judah mourneth. Judah is what? Judah is the so-called Negroes. The so-called Negroes of the tribes. The so-called Negroes, the West Indians, and the Haitians. The dark complexion Israelites. Yep. All right. That's Judah. All right. Go ahead.
All right. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish.
All right, and the gates thereof language is talking about the gates are the leaders of Israel. All right, and as you see today, our leaders of our so-called leaders of our people are weak.
Yeah,
we basically have no leaders because all our so-called leaders are coincided or siding with the so-called white men.
Yeah, they're devils. You know, the so-called leaders are Jesse Jack, them people are the Satanists,
right?
Boule members and all that.
Yeah.
And if you want to look at other leaders, there's the stupid ass Mason celebrities. Mm-hmm. Those are the only leaders that Jake have right now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, the people that Jake look up to are fucking rap stars.
Yeah.
They're all sellouts. They're all sellouts.
Yeah, that's right.
Lil Wayne, LeBron James, Jay-Z, Denzel Washington, all these actors and celebrities. All right, these stars, these lesser luminaries, which are basically members of a satanic society, a satanic cult, are all sellouts.
And I'll be right back. And like this brother said, and I remember the elder said it too, I gotta put that out there too to the spirit. Those people out of Israel you just mentioned, they're low people, man. Mm-hmm. You gotta be low scum. They're like the so-called Amalekites. You gotta be a scumbag, man. A scumbag to do what these people are doing. Let's name him Will Smith. Mm-hmm. He's a scumbag. Let's name all the sellouts, and you could just shoot out names.
Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby. What a low sellout. Why? Because you're part of fraternity, which part of Boule, which part of the Black Masonry. To be a part of that, you got to sell your soul to the devil. They might not know completely what they're involved in, but at the end of the day, they bend over, and to exceed in society, you got to do that, man. Mm-hmm. Lil Wayne, he's a fucking faggot, man. Will Smith is a known faggot. All right. Quincy Jones, that motherfucker, man. Spike Lee. All right. Even though they have some kind of conscience, at the end of the day, you don't believe in this. You see this?
Ultimately, yeah.
Ultimately, you don't believe in who you call. You don't believe in Yahweh by Shinai Shai in truth. You don't want to be an Israelite. You don't want to believe in His word. You still want to fight for America and to fight to be a part of America and to receive your rights. To receive your so-called rights. You want to be still respected by the so-called white man. When a so-called white man throughout history showed that he fucking hates you, man.
He's still showing you.
And he's still showing you, man. But you still want to be a part of society and sell your soul from it and deceive your own people, man.
Yeah, that. On top of that, you wanna knowingly deceive your own people. And you know, there's a lot of Jake celebrities out there that heard of the truth. Some of them might not believe it, but you got a lot of them that do know it's the truth and they still sell out.
Still.
Shalaki, what's that motherfucking name from Brooklyn Fighter? John Cheadle.
Don Cheadle.
Yeah,
Right.
he came out there and seen the elders before.
Oh yeah.
And he know he's an Israelite. He's still, you're not.
And he's been rising. He was
Yeah.
just an Iron Man in all these movies.
Yeah, you're not pushing the word of the Most High.
He probably had to have sex with the director to make that happen,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, that's what they got to do.
That's what they do. That's what they do. You gotta sleep with the director.
Yep.
Like,
That's why they
go ahead.
get the casting couch.
Yeah.
You know, and they always make. I remember I was watching. I think it was Family Guy. They made a joke of it
Yeah.
when they revealed it in there.
Yeah,
How you
they
had this-
reveal a lot of stuff in Family
Matter of
Guy.
fact, it wasn't that. It was Boondocks.
Oh, Boondocks, yeah.
You know, when
Tyler
the Tyler
Perry
one, the Tyler
episode.
Perry episode.
Yeah.
You know,
I got a quick one for you.
go ahead.
Micah 2:10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction.
Right. So this place, America, is not for the Israelites to prosper. America was designed and created for us to serve our slavery and to bring down the so-called white man. That's the only reason why America was established or created, for our slavery. All right, and it also says that America's polluted. How is it polluted? America's polluted by the bloodshed of the Native American Indians, as well as the so-called Negroes. All right, and all the other tribes that have been killed and slaughtered on this side.
Damn, beautiful point. I'm sorry, beautiful point. You said it's polluted because by the bloodshed of the Israelites, the Native Americans, and the so-called blacks. A lot of Israelite blood has been spilled on this land.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I just thought of?
Mm-hmm.
What did Cain do to his brother Abel?
Yep.
Cain spilled Abel's blood.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened? He polluted the land, and the Most High cursed Cain.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at the book of Genesis and Cain. So that they see how stuff is that's why it can still keep happening over and over. Nothing new under the sun.
And
Yeah, you got
if I
it.
can say this, and with the story of Cain and Abel, the Most High said that Abel's blood cried out the earth.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So what do you think about the Israelite blood, man?
Yeah, because the Israelites are able.
Yeah.
You know, we are able,
Mm-hmm.
and as a this is all the brothers. Jacob is Abel reincarnated,
Mm-hmm.
and Esau is Cain reincarnated. So Cain is still killing Abel.
Yeah.
Esau still killing Jacob. You know, it's the same thing over and over again. And like the brother said, through the spirit, he's still spilling out blood. So, and that's how, number one, many other ways, but it's polluted off of that too.
Mm-hmm.
And you're gonna pay for that, man.
Mm-hmm.
One quick one. Habakkuk 2:12. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, and establish a city by iniquity.
Right. The scripture says, "Woe unto them, a woe unto you." All right. Woe meaning destruction, death and destruction unto you that buildeth a town with blood. How was America built up? America was built on the bloodshed of the Native American Indians and the so-called Negroes by bringing them over here on cargo slave ships and forcing them to serve free labor. All right, to build this country up.
Yeah, free labor, man.
Basically free labor. They didn't get paid for the wages. All right. Okay. All right. So that's how America was built up. So that's the one scripture that why America has to be destroyed. There goes another one. Why America has to be destroyed just from that.
And you know how wicked
Because-
it is? No, but I'm sorry, go ahead.
Because it was built up. It was built up by the bloodshed. All right. By the bloodshed of the Israelites. Okay. And read that title again from the top.
Habakkuk 2:12.
Right.
Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood,
Mhm.
and establish a city by iniquity.
Right. This America was established by iniquity. What iniquity? America was brought up on witchcraft. All right, satanic witchcraft. All right, up to this day. Even how Washington D.C. was constructed is basically all satanic.
Yeah, it's like a Baphomet.
Right. It's like a Baphomet head,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
you have
You got
they
more-
call it Virginia, and then you got Maryland right there. It's supposed to be like Virgin Mary. You know. This
oh, shit,
then-
I never noticed that shit.
Yo, America, everything about America is totally, even the exact blocks and the exact distance away from each monument in Washington D.C. is totally satanic.
Yeah,
it's set up.
it's-
From the what's that shit? The Obelix, the way it's you can be in a certain place in Washington and see the Obelix and see the Washington Monument. the Washington, how America, basically how Washington D.C. is designed is totally satanic, and it's designed the same way over there in the Vatican.
Yeah.
All right, the Vatican is set up the same way. It's got the obelisk, and it's got all the other satanic places in the exact same order.
Yeah, you got to be possessed to have that kind of intricacy and preciseness to do that. Like you spirit of a devil, man.
Yeah.
Because that ain't no accident, and they have it so well. Because you have to have a spiritual demon to be helping you to get it that precise like that. I mean, they got it down to it. You would take a ruler, and it fits to a T, to 300 miles that way, man.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes it, and it is purely satanic, man. That's what proves that, like, the 360 degrees of masonry, that they deals with the mathematics and all that, the math and all, in certain degrees and numbers and shit. Because they deal with numbers too.
Yeah, they do.
They deal with numbers. You got something?
No, I got the Mason book in here. That's
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
I'm looking for it.
Yeah, they deal with numbers, and that's why, like 9/11, you know what I mean? That 9/11, May 1st, May Day, you know what I mean? Like they deal with numbers, and that's why, like 9/11, something could happen on that day.
Yep.
Because that's the illuministic number, 11.
Yep.
And when I learned this blew me out. The Twin Towers obviously it looks like an 11. So that was before it was designed. They knew they were going to bring it down by jets.
And then when the $20 bill, when you fold it up a certain type of way, it has the Twin Towers going down.
And that was made before it came down, I believe, right?
Yep.
Those bills were made before the Twin Towers came down. So it was already planned by your own government, your own government. But my point is, this is what tripped me out. The windows in the Twin Towers, it was like 2,000 some windows. Anyway, if you add up the digits, they added up to 11.
Yeah, if you add up the single digits.
The single digits, they add up to 11. I mean, you got to be possessed. What am I looking for?
You've got to be Satan in the flesh.
What do you call them? Oh yeah, artistic, demonic demon. What do you call it? With the kid with the autism, they're like demons, but they're like incredibly smart at the same time and shit.
Yeah.
I ain't nothing to do with smart, but he can really. Well, anyway, fuck. We'll get back to the scriptures. I'm gonna go on too much,
Right. So, what you got? Something?
Nah.
Yeah,
I was going.
This is Nahum chapter 3 verse 1. Woe to the bloody city! It is all full of lies and robbery.
Right. America is built up on nothing but lies. All right. You've got. All right. It was told that people when they come over here, come to America, the streets are painted of gold. All right. That's the type of lies that when you come over here, you're free. It's a land of the free.
Yeah, that's a joke.
But yet you've got to get all these type of registrations and licenses and all this other bullshit. Oh, but I thought this is the land of the free.
Permits.
Permits, annual permits. You got to renew and register and all this bullshit. All right. So America is built up on nothing but lies. Okay. You say something?
Nah, you got it.
Because if you work, you're a slave, and this is a business. This is a corporation.
Right.
When you come to America, you're working for a company, man.
Let's get down to the 4th verse. It says, because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot.
Right, because of the multitude of the whoredoms, the multitude of your witchcrafts, all right, and philosophies of the well-favored harlot. That's how you know it's talking about America, because who's known as a harlot in Revelation, covered in scarlet? America, all right. So you know that's talking about America. Go ahead.
It says, the mistress of witchcraft.
The mistress of witchcraft. All right. That's why in the scriptures, America is known as the house of the Chaldeans. All right, because the Chaldeans back in the ancient days were the sorcerers and the witchcrafts and the witches and the warlocks. All right, they were all into that satanic and satanic witchcraft. All right. So America is what? The mistress of what? The mistress of what?
The mistress of witchcraft.
The mistress of witchcraft. Okay, read on.
That selleth nations through her whoredoms.
Right.
And families through